Hello and welcome to Yoga and You. I'm Pallavi Rajankar, a yoga teacher and a psychologist. Today we're going to do yoga to open up the chakras. It's a two-part series, and in the first part we did rather basic asanas to open up the chakras, and in this video there are certain more advanced challenging poses to open up the chakras. If you're a beginner at yoga, I'm going to advise you to do this video with some caution or to do it with a teacher rather than to allow your ego to get you into some of these more complicated poses. Always listen to your body and take it slow. Chakras are basically like little gears that allow energy to flow through the body. The Indians call it prana, the Chinese call it chi. And it's essentially energy that allows us to live the lives that we do, that helps us to move, that helps us to digest all of that. If there are any blockages in the chakras, these poses are going to help us unlock that. So without further ado, let's go into it. So the first pose we're going to go into is Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. So gently place your left foot to the front of the mat, your right foot to the back of the mat. Now with your right foot, have the toes facing the long side of the mat. The heel is still on the floor. With your left leg, bend the left knee so that your knee and your ankle is in one straight line. It's almost like a 90 degree with this leg. Shift the hips to the short side of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up. Staying here, move even lower like you're trying to get a 90 degree on this thigh. Staying here for 3. For 2, little bit lower if you can. Last little breath here, and for 1, slowly straightening up the left leg, and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So gently bring your legs together, right leg goes to the front of the mat, left leg to the back. The toes face the long side of the mat, front toes face the short side of the mat. Your hips will automatically go this way. I want you to shift the hips to the front. Inhale, rise your hands to the front of the room. Sit lower. Now your back will automatically arch and want to go lower, but I'm going to invite you to tuck the core in and move even further down. Staying here for 3. For 2, even lower if you can. Engage the belly, engage the thighs. Last little breath here. And for 1, slowly straightening out the legs, relaxing the hands. Bring the legs to the center. Now I'm going to ask you to move your feet apart, even wider than the shoulders. Right now both the toes are facing the long side of the mat. I'm going to ask you to rotate the heel inwards so that the heels are facing each other, toes are facing out. And then gently bend at the knees. The knees shouldn't exceed the ankles. Bend at the knees, hands to heart center, sit lower. This is what we call the Devi Asana or the goddess pose. No ego. If this is where you are, that's fine. If your hips are open, try to go even lower. We're going to just do some gentle squats here to open it out. So ready? Squatting here for 5. Breathing for 4. Try to go even lower. For 3. For 2, you might feel some pain here, and that's just your muscles working, don't worry. Last few breaths here. And for 1. Inhale, rise up. Legs go once again parallel to the short side of the mat and bringing your legs together. So now we're going to go into our crow pose or Bakasana, right? From here, gently place, you can bend your knees. Gently place your hands in front of you. Remember, this is an advanced posture, so do only to the level where you are comfortable. Hands down, lift your heels up, knees go into the armpits. This is level 1. Stay here if you are a beginner. If it's in your practice, shift the weight forward and gently lift one leg up. You can lift the right leg or you can lift the left leg and just stay in any one. If you want to try, you can even keep a pillow in front of you for your own safety, and you can gently then try lifting up both legs. Staying in Bakasana for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly coming down, allowing your knees to go down to the mat. We're going to just take 3 counts to breathe here before going into another pose. So taking 3 deep breaths for 3. And exhale for 2. So often we get caught up in the practice, we forget to breathe. So we're just bringing the nervous system back to the center. And for 1. Good. From here, gently place your knees on the floor. Hip lifts up off the heels. From here, right hand holds the right ankle or the right foot, wherever you feel comfortable. Left hand holds the left foot. From here, inhale, push your hips up to the sky, roll your shoulders down. Try to look to the back of the room, stretching your whole front body. We're staying here in our camel pose for another 4. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly bringing your chin to your chest, lowering your hips down out of your Ustrasana, and gently bringing your palms back to center. So from here, we're now going to move into our shoulder stand. So gently turning around, allowing your legs to go straight in front of you. Once again, if you are on your period, I'm going to advise you against this pose. You can just keep your leg at 90 degrees, which is the first step. So I'll show you. So first step is keeping your legs at 90 degrees. If you're on your period, stay here. If not, you can gently give your hips a small push, allowing your legs to go up to the ceiling, knees straight. Stay here for another 5. Thighs are tight. Toes are together for 4, for 3. Clench the bum, clench the core for 2 and for 1. Remembering to breathe. Slowly use your hands to gently bring the spine down as you lower the legs down. And gently come back into seated. We're now going to move into our headstand, which is a pose to open up the upper half chakras. If it's not in your practice, I'm going to ask you to do it along with a teacher or another practitioner, so you have someone to help you. If you're doing it alone and it's your first time, again, do it at your own discretion. Be careful. Know the limits of your body. So ready? We're going to move into our headstand. So coming into your Vajrasana, sitting down on the hips, interlace your fingers like this and place it in front of you so that your elbows are touching your knees, right? It should be almost like an equilateral triangle. So holding your elbows and then interlacing your fingers in front of you, right? Now you want to place the very flat portion, the crown of your head, not this portion, not the curved portion, the very flat portion, in the interlaced portion of your hands, just curling your toes, lifting your knees. From here, just practice this. This is step 1. If you're uncomfortable here, stay here and just practice being in the sensation. Level 2, walking your feet closer to your head, shifting the weight into your head. Level 3, lift one leg up, place it down, lifting the other leg up, place it down. Level 4, you can gently bring both legs up. And finally, if it's in your practice, if you feel strong enough to, you can raise your legs. Staying here for another 4, for 3, tighten yourself for 2, and for 1, gently bending the knees with control, coming back down. Don't whip out of the pose, allow the head to go down to the earth. Staying here for another 4. The reason we take this Balasana after our inversions is so that the blood does not rush from one portion of the body to the other.
We want to be very kind with our practice and not create more emotions, not create more difficulties or challenges. We want to be kind with ourselves. Staying here for another 2. Last breath. And for 1. Gently coming back into seated. We're going to end with our Sukhasana. So once again, one heel into the pelvic region, the other ankle in front, hands on the knees. Just take about 5 breaths to yourself. Move inwards. Move your awareness inwards. Notice what's going on with the body. Are your eyes open? Are you constantly taking in the stimuli around you? Or can you keep the eyes closed? Notice how your body is feeling after that practice. Notice the emotions that came up from that practice. While we're trying to unclog our chakras, oftentimes we add more emotions and more complexities. And even if that's the case, that's okay. Just notice yourself. Staying here for another 2. And for 1. Gently open your eyes. In this practice, we did some advanced poses to unlock any blockages that have been there in our chakras. I hope you enjoyed practicing with me. Namaste.